Hey there, welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about the dumbbell standing bicep curl, and we're going to be taking a neutral grip with this exercise. Another name for this exercise can also be a hammer curl. Basically, your palms are just going to be facing each other. And in order to do this correctly, to work your biceps, what you want to do is make sure that you're standing around shoulder width apart with your hips in and tight, as well as your core tight. That way it prevents your torso from moving forward and backwards. Next thing you want to do is make sure that you keep your elbow position stationary. So notice my elbow position is not changing. So the way I basically prevent that from happening is bringing the dumbbells up to my shoulder and then right back down. Don't go any higher than that, or your elbow position will change. Unless you got freakishly long forearms, which in that case, sure, break the rule then. But before we continue with more tips, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
So like I said, you just want to make sure you're bringing the dumbbell up to the shoulder and then bring it down in a slow and controlled fashion. Fully extend at the bottom. I find that helps lengthen the bicep as much as possible. You can't change your bicep shape, by the way. I'm just saying you can activate more muscle tissue if you go through a more natural, full range of motion instead of stopping it short. And the next thing I want you guys to think about is making sure that you stand up nice and tall and with your chin tucked, not looking up. That way you don't place any unnecessary stress on your neck, and you can really focus on just the biceps as much as possible. Also notice the tempo at which I'm doing it. I'm not using momentum. You may use a little momentum from time to time, whatever, that's fine. But your first couple reps should not be like full of momentum. That means that the weight's too heavy. You need to lower it. If you use a little bit near the end, the last two, if you're maxing out completely, then that's natural if it changes a little bit. But just make sure that you're not starting that way. And also make sure that you keep your elbows tucked in. You do not want your elbows flared out with most bicep variations. Keep it nice and tight to the side. And also make sure that you're bringing the dumbbells right to the outside of your legs. Do not bring the dumbbells like in front of you, or you're going to realize that you're doing a limited range of motion. Just go bring the dumbbells right to the outside of your body while keeping your elbows nice and tucked. Don't force it excessively, but you'll see what I mean. Like once you start actually doing it, you're gonna feel that it's a natural elbow position to keep them slightly tucked in. Now, when you do a pronated bicep curl, like I talked about before, or I'm gonna be putting out a video soon, your elbows are gonna come out slightly, which is completely fine, but they shouldn't be flared out excessively. Like they shouldn't be parallel with the ground, put it that way. So here's some mistakes that you want to avoid. Make sure that you're not using momentum when you do this. Your elbow position should not be changing. And this is what I mean. If you bring the dumbbell too high, then your elbow position will naturally end up changing. Also, you want to make sure you're doing full repetitions. Go all the way up, all the way down. That way you get the most out of this exercise. Avoid doing those 21 things, whatever that is. Don't do half reps at the top and the bottom and then do full reps. Just do full reps. Also, like I said, don't bend over like this. You should be standing up nice and tall. That's why you got to keep your glutes and abs tight. Also, like I said before, keep your chin tucked. Do not look up like this and place unnecessary strain on your neck. And lastly, what we want to do is keep those elbows tucked in. Do not allow them to flare out in this fashion.